All right, welcome to the Comic Wrestling Podcast. This is the Comic Shop. Ding, ding, ding. That's the door opening. Come on in. I'm Ace Williams. This is
Deadly Dave.
And over here, enough of your bullshit, but it's Marcadius. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Welcome to the Comic Shop. It's been a while. We haven't done anything. If you hear a whining in the background, it's my dog. He's bound by rubber bands and he's just crying.
That's horrible.
How else am I supposed to get him to stop running around the house?
PETA's gonna be calling.
Who the hell's PETA? 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 What? So on today's episode of High Class Living and Podcast Loving. Is that good?
Yeah.
Cool. On today's episode, we're going to kind of talk about the holidays. As you can see, we are dressed. He's just dressed. He's thankfully just dressed. Yeah. That's all that matters. You put clothes on this time.
Seeing as how the holidays start, before Halloween now, so.
Jesus, yeah. This actually was recorded before the Halloween episode. We're just, whatever we're doing there. As you can see, we got a cool-ass banner. We've had it for a while, but it's now present, live, and in living color.
You got to remember these things,
Right, in case you didn't know what we are, here's 5 more flyers. 6, if you really want to know. But we're going to talk about the holidays. How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
It was good. I slept through most of it because I work nights, but,
true.
Had some turkey and, mashed potatoes and stuff. But
I know how your Thanksgiving was. I was there.
Yeah, you were there. You were present.
I was present, and what a gift it was.
It was fun.
It was fun. Mama T, thank you for your food.
It was good food.
It was good. The pumpkin pie, oh man, when she was a little nervous that it wasn't going to be that good, and as soon as I took a bite, I was like, no, this is delicious. Yeah. So, it was good food.
Just got it down.
And then we went Black Friday shopping afterwards, me and my madre, which could be a segue into, did you guys get any Black Friday deals? Any shoppings in?
Seeing as how I was working, I didn't really, and to be honest, stuff didn't impress me. Like, I bought Venom for I think it was $10 on Blu-ray. But really, even the movies weren't really that good as far as I could
just
see.
wanted Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
Right.
That was my only movie I got.
And really, a lot of them were just taking stuff and putting it out for the regular price as if it was a
Black
Friday
thing. FYEing it, as I like to call it. The FYE move. Let's slap an on-sale sticker for $21.99 when we originally sell it for $24.99, but if you went to Walmart, it's going to be $21.99. It's not on sale. It's on sale for that store, but not for anywhere else.
So people don't know that.
They don't realize that. Or it just seems like a good deal.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, it's on sale. It's a sale. I'm saving. I'm a sale.
It makes you think you're saving,
but you're not.
Yeah, put a shiny sticker on it and they'll buy it.
Exactly. I like shiny things. I'd buy that for $1. You don't get that reference. Because you've never seen RoboCop. We've been through this.
I've seen RoboCop. I just don't own it. And I don't watch it very often.
You know what's fucked up? He's never seen any of the Terminator movies. You've seen them all. You don't own them.
I've seen T1. That's it.
It's not really funny. It's just weird that you wouldn't have. You don't. I make Skynet references to him all the time. I'm like, do you get that? And he's like, hey, a little bit. I get it because I know it from
Slip
you.
Through the cracks.
Whatever. Did you go and see the new Terminator by any chance?
Nope.
Did you see spoilers for it?
Nope.
Did you?
No.
I didn't. I was like, Jesus Christ. So I bought some stuff for Black Friday. I bought one gift for you.
I like the sound of that.
And yours was already finished per Black Friday.
Okay.
So you didn't get a goddamn thing Black Friday. But I bought a few games. 2 games. Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, which I'm over the top fan of that. Bunch of movies. I got them all right here. I'm not going to go through them all. Actually, I will. Fuck it. What else are we going to do, right? It's a podcast.
Chris Gore in it?
Oh, yeah. Chris Gore in it. It's a thing.
One thing I did want to mention, though, is one of the reasons we were gone is because I was on vacation and I went to Florida. And I did put some flyers up down there, so hopefully that'll get some... we're getting some new views on the Facebook page and stuff, so...
Some Floridians.
Yeah, so...
Related to the Mandalorians.
I found an actual payphone, a working payphone, so I was like, I'm going to hang a fucking flyer up there. The only payphone in Florida that works, I'm going to put it up there.
It actually worked, too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't either.
It actually had a sticker on it that said, this is a working payphone.
Oh, I would have thought that would have just been a gas. Like, someone made that for
It was down near Hogan's Beach Shop, so I put it up there.
Who are you going to call, brother? Ghost Brothers.
But I thought it would be good to put. I did it a lot of the flea markets and stuff. You know where a lot of people are. So
Right.
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah, that's pretty much why we're on hiatus. And
you went back to work.
I went back to work, so it's kind of a weird thing. So our next episode, not that these really come out the day we record them, but we're going to do the wrestling ring, and we're going to be watching Ready to Rumble. And
Classic.
I will be personally late to the recording. So I am going to have a special guest step in for me for a little bit before I get there, because I'm going to be on field duty.
Well, that should be interesting then.
Yes,
Get your scoops like you did.
My
before.
scoops. My sources have not been accurate as of late. I've been looking into the more information they've been providing, and a lot of it's been kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get right in there, figure shit out, and come back with some cool stories of something. But
Right.
my special guest, he's gonna be one hell of a fucking time. But some of the movies, all of the movies, most of the movies I got on Black Friday,
I like that one.
it was okay.
2 or
Yeah,
1?
the second one.
Okay.
Pacific Rim Uprising, Halloween. Late to the game for a Halloween special, but whatever. The new Mission Impossible. All of these were less than $10.
Yeah.
All of them.
That's the one good thing about Black Friday is you can usually get.
Yeah, it's
movies at a
crazy.
good price.
Like even Game of Thrones, the last season was $7. Futurama, I bought at FYE. They weren't Black Friday deals there. I just went there and bought the 2 used, get one for $1. That's why.
I did that with a couple seasons of Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Angry Birds 2. Walking Dead season 8.
There you go.
I knew you'd give
Anything Martin Lawrence. Yep.
This was a good one. Oh, and then these 3. BAM!
John Wick movies.
Less than $20 for all 3 of them.
Nice. Have you seen where he said
Don't-
that he'll
Oh, okay.
keep doing them as long as the fans want him to do
Yeah, I
them?
haven't seen the third one. I didn't want to
Yeah.
spoil something.
I thought that was pretty.
I'm
cool.
okay with it.
Yeah, as long as they're good. I don't.
As long as,
I'll keep
even if they're
watching.
bad, I'll watch them because I like shitty movies. Krampus. Speaking of shitty movies, that was a good horror movie. Tag. Benchwarmers 2.
They made a sequel to that.
It's the sequel you
You
never knew you
shouldn't have.
didn't want.
Kind of like The Sandlot. Like I have no.
It's actually Benchwarmers 1 is actually so fucking funny that it's kind of hard to believe that that was a movie. Like I can't believe it just was weird. A movie that should never have happened, but it did. This feels exactly like what a sequel to that would be like, but it's not bad. Like, no, I'm kind of glad I bought this for mad cheap as it was, because it was actually pretty fucking funny. John Lovitz is funny in it.
And he hasn't done a lot.
At all.
Yeah.
A Futurama movie, and then this.
Oh, the whole collection.
How much do you think I paid for this?
30.
You already know. They had Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom sitting right next to this for Black Friday sale for $7.96. Now that I've said that one movie was $7.96, how much do you think all 5 of these were on Blu-ray?
15.
$10.
Holy shit.
$10 for this.
Now that's a good deal.
This was a Black Friday steal. Out of all of these, which is an amazing deal, this was the one that I was like, holy shit, that's the worth one right there.
Yeah.
My mom snagged me my superhero shows, Supergirl Season 4, Flash Season 5, Arrow Season 7, and what the hell was the other one I said? Titans.
Yep.
Titans Season 1. She got me, I think, oh my god, what the fuck is it? Walking Dead Season 9, something like that. I don't remember. Got my daughter a bunch of movies. These 2 games are great steals, Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Black Friday was an okay thing, but like you said, not really anything, like, I don't know. The everyday shit that I want when I go into a Walmart or something, that's what I want on sale.
Yep.
Not the things that you are specifically making to be on sale. Like, lower my fucking clothes.
And I've always said that, like, with the amount of freight that we get, why aren't you putting stuff out that's not really selling?
Yes.
Put it out there, and if people think it's a Black Friday thing, they're gonna go for it.
Right.
You know, just because it's out
Like
there.
a waffle iron or a
Just
KitchenAid.
perfect example of, and I think this is what you mean. Now, all those Fortnite toys, All those Jumanji toys, all the toys that don't sell that have been sitting there a year, put those out for Black Friday. People will then buy those If you drop the superhero action figures, the Marvel Legend figures, from $20 to $10, I probably would have bought 3 or 4 of them for myself personally.
Yep.
Because I've been like, okay, that's how much figures were when I was a kid, $10, not $20. So $10 makes sense on a Black Friday sale for something like that. But you're just going to leave those toys that still aren't going to sell on the shelves, and you're going to make, like, the same thing. They do it every year. My mom was saying, she's like, oh, they have that Lego bin for, like, 900 pieces for, like, $20. You can go to fucking Ollie's any day of the week and get a box of 800 for 10.
Yep.
Like, they put that Legos, like, specifically that Lego bundle out there every single year.
To, like,
put the other Legos that people are actually wanting that are on the shelves, mark those down.
That's like, Star Wars is coming out.
Yep.
Put your Star Wars Legos out. Put one of the last Star Wars movie on one of the TVs.
Mm-hmm.
Do a huge display of all your Star Wars shit.
Exactly.
A huge one so that people get hyped up for it. You know what I mean?
$100 Lego Yoda.
I mean, and that frees you up shelf space for other stuff too.
Exactly.
You know, I never understand that.
No, let's get more inventory in here while the old inventory is still sitting there.
Like Jumanji, when Jumanji is in theaters, put the old Jumanji on a TV, put the toys right next to it, clothes, all that stuff.
I feel like they used to do that when we were younger. Like, they'd actually market shit.
Yeah.
Now it's just, well, everything's out there. People just know of it. They'll come in and get it if they want it. It's like, no, sell me on it.
And if I see a huge display like that, I'm going to be more apt to buy something than just walking by the shelf.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Exactly. No, I totally agree with that. Well, that brings us to the end of our show. It was a very long one.
To be honest, I don't see, when I go into the store nowadays, there's not, like, Star Wars stuff in my face. Like, you have to go down the aisle and find it.
They had, like, a little kiosk in the newer Walmart for, like, a day or two of new Star Wars shit, and now it's just gone.
Yeah, they don't even do the big DVD displays anymore.
It's like, damn.
Yep. You would think.
And I don't know if that's because of Star Wars is so diverse, and it's just, because now it really has become a thing of like, well, I don't want to put my name on that because it's not doing very well, and I don't want to be associated with that. But, I mean, I'll always love Star Wars and blah, 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 blah.
But now the Mandalorian is, blowing up. So.
Mark said it's really good. And by the way, I just want to give a shout out to our new friend Earl.
Yeah, Earl.
Because he was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was cool. He was a guy at his house for Thanksgiving, and he just was...
It was my mom's friend from work that no one really knew.
Yeah.
And he was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was.
He'll probably be back next year.
He was a nice guy, and he talked about all this same kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
He reminded me of...
Brian Posehn?
No.
Which he's
the fuck was his name?
In the Mandalorian.
What the hell was the guy's name from Dungeons and Dragons? Something Gygax. The hell was his name? You know what I'm talking about, do you?
That was a show?
No, the guy's name. The game Dungeons and Dragons, the guy that created it, his last name is Gygax. I don't know what the hell his first name is. He reminded me of that guy, Earl did.
Huh, maybe it
Looked just like him. No, he's dead. I don't know what his last name literally is Gygax. Gygax.
Google.
Sounds like a Futurama character.
He's been in Futurama a lot because they all love Dungeons and Dragons. That's actually what the Bender's game is based off of, Dungeons and Dragons, the movie I bought. Are you looking it up?
I'll look it up.
There's people that at my job that play Dungeons and Dragons, and they always want me to get involved, and I'm like,
I would totally get in on it. I totally would. See,
Gary?
You just don't care about stuff like that. What is it?
Gary
Yeah,
Gygax?
Gary Gygax. He looks just like that guy, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
just Google it, folks.
Just Google it. I don't know
That's
why
what
we
we
have
do.
dictionaries.
He looks
And,
happy. He died happy.
yeah, he did. He died like a level 12 in
millionaire.
Dungeon Master. An elven sex slave or something. I don't really know. I don't know the classes in it. But I would play it. I would. I'd play Dungeons and Dragons. And I would be the best Dungeon Master of all because I would collect all of the die and win. I don't know if that's the rules. I don't.
No, you have to like go in a cave and win. Like
It's called the dungeon. It's in the name. You have to go in a cave. Caves and lizards. That's the dollar store brand. Caves and lizards.
If we play, we gotta get someone that actually like knows the rules.
We'll get all 4 of the boys from Stranger Things.
All right, I'll be there.
Will you be there?
Yeah.
11 will be over in the corner eating egos, and
I'll be questioning what the fuck am I doing in my life hanging out with these people. You can come dressed as Hopper and confuse the whole fucking cast.
they'll feel right at home.
Things will get really strange.
Weird.
So, since we're talking about the holidays and gifts and stuff, what did you guys get me?
Oh yeah.
I'll tell y'all what I got you. Presents. Presents and gifts.
I got you.
I didn't get you nothing.
Present.
You lied. You sent me a text earlier saying I got all your presents already. That was almost the exact wording. Don't get excited. That's what it was. Don't get excited. I thought about buying you a present and I didn't.
I can't tell.
Well,
Too
Spoils the surprise.
it's too good.
Okay. What else we want to talk about today? What do you got written down here, huh?
Oh, well, you said, stuff that you wanted. I mean, stuff that I saw that I would actually be interested in.
Oh, for like a Christmas list?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, stuff that nobody would buy me, but the arcade 1-up Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I'll never buy
hell
that for
yeah.
you. I won't buy that for you. That's $400.
I'll buy it for you, Dave. If I can come play it.
You guys can buy it for here, and it will be in the podcast.
But I think those things are so awesome.
Badass.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
are.
My mom's looking at one when we were out the other day, and it's the shitty games that are in it. It's not the Ninja Turtle one. It's not the Marvel one. It's just like shitty like Galaga and stuff. My mom goes, well, why don't you get that one? That one's really cheap. I go, Mom, no, look at that one. It's shitty. It's got stupid games in it. Give me the Ninja Turtle one. So I beat the
Ninja
shit
Turtle
out of
or
it.
Mortal Kombat.
And
Those
what
are
I
the
thought
two
was funny about the
The
Ninja
Marvel
Turtle
one.
one
Or
is
that
they
one.
made it like the original where Michelangelo is yellow on the buttons instead
Is
of
he? I never
orange.
even really
Yeah,
looked at
I
it.
saw a video. I didn't know
And
that.
that's on the
Cool.
original game back in the day. Was
I want
he was
that.
I'm like,
yellow.
why is he yellow?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I want the Marvel one bad because it's got a
Right.
Punisher game on it,
Ooh.
and that's cool. It's like Punisher, Avengers, and an X-Men game.
Isn't the Marvel one like a fighting one? Like a fighting.
One of them is
Probably
yeah.
the X-Men one is probably a fighting one.
And I like the way Thanos looks on the
Mhm.
side of
The
it.
side of it,
Yeah.
yeah. They're sweet.
We need it.
Genius
we need
ideas.
one.
Yeah. The other thing I saw was Xbox One, the 1 terabyte, the Star Wars Jedi Fallen bundle.
Mhm.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Fallen Order there.
Yeah. But
That looks cool.
and I want a Nintendo Switch because we've been playing it at work, and I think that's
Yep.
I think that's a really fun system, especially if you're gonna have other people over. We've been playing
Yeah.
Mario Party on it, and I think that's really cool. But,
Yeah, Mario Party's great. I wish I had them for my GameCube still.
but there's really not a lot that I really want. I'm not a fucking kid anymore, so I don't really care about a lot of stuff. But
I'm not a kid anymore, but yet.
oh, the Ragnarok. Yeah, I want
You've
the.
got kid stuff on here, but he's not a kid anymore.
Hey,
no, I know what you mean.
we're all
I know what you mean.
But like I saw the Juggernaut action figure I got you, the
Yeah.
Marvel Legends one. They have a Hulk from Thor Ragnarok, one of those.
Oh, do
I
they
saw
really?
that- I
That's
thought
cool.
that was pretty cool.
That
yeah.
is cool.
They had that at FYE for $25, but it's not there anymore. But I was
I've
thinking,
never even seen
I do
that.
want to get that. But
Never even saw that. What do you want, Mark?
I want to gift cards.
For where's?
GameStop,
Foot Locker?
Amazon, Foot Locker,
Bed Bath & Beyond?
B&B, yeah.
What if I
Best
got you
Buy.
a gift card for
Best Buy.
Jonathan Reed's?
I'd take it.
What if I got you one for Jade's Gifts?
I look, that's not there. I don't think that's around. Toys R Us.
That's an insult. That's what my mom was complaining about.
I kind of want a lightsaber, like
Oh,
like a $200 lightsaber.
I want one too. That'd be badass.
That would be sick.
they do make them look really cool now.
Yeah, they do.
I want something I can really whack with and it won't break. Just whack.
He wants to go beat random people with his lightsaber.
And just like turn it on in the car and like swing it out the window.
What do you fucking think it is? A foot tall? They're like 3 feet long, man.
He's gonna swing it out the window.
Yeah.
And hit another car.
You might as well take Baby Yoda and swing him out the window.
That shit's gonna sell like
I want
crazy.
that too.
Oh yeah. And it doesn't even bother me that that's spoiled, that there's a Baby Yoda. I just want to see.
That blew my friggin'
I want to
mind.
see a Baby Jabba.
I didn't know about Baby Yoda until I watched it, and it blew my mind.
I've seen like all the memes for it. It's like
I
it
loved
looks
it.
cute, but it looks old and gross at the same time.
And I called it Baby Yoda, and I don't know if it's Yoda.
Everything's labeling it as Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not Baby Yoda, then they should not have shown a baby green alien that looks like a Yoda.
Because it's gotta be.
It should have been blue. It should have been missing an ear, so it could have been like, oh, it's Yoda's species, but it's not him. I'm even more curious.
Right.
And that's the thing is they're not explaining it right now
Which
either.
is
So
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you think there's rancors in it?
I thought there was gonna be a Rancor, and it wasn't.
Is it good quality?
Yeah.
Like a movie?
The CG or like the episodes? Everything's good about it. Everything's good.
If it was a movie, do you think it would hold up? Like it would be movie quality?
I love the Baby Yoda, but they have to get away from the Baby Yoda. Like
That's not what I asked.
They can't ride the
Why
whole
is he getting away from
season
what
on
I'm
it.
asking? Do you think it could be a movie? Is it movie quality or is it straight TV quality? There's a difference.
Right now, it's TV for me.
Okay. Now, what do you have to say about Baby Yoda?
They're really. It's just so cute, but like I'm kind of past it now.
What other babies?
I want him to get more into like the. I don't know, like go to different planets and do this and.
What other babies do you think they should show? Do you think there should be a baby Chewie? A baby Watto? I'm a baby!
With the same voice.
Yeah, same exact voice.
Show like, I don't know, show Anakin as a baby or.
They did in episode 1.
A baby?
Yeah, he was a little baby boy, actor boy baby. I'm ready to leave, I think so. I'm not sure, I think. That was like his acting.
Yeah, that was.
He was a little baby boy.
It was like a little Hayden Christensen, but.
Yeah. Do you want to see a baby...
I don't want to see any more babies.
Baby Sarlacc.
No.
I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, there should be a baby Jabba the Hutt."
I want to see a baby Jabba.
Oh yeah, someone like made one, a fake one on like.
I'd like to see a little baby Jabba.
It was cute.
Yeah.
It was cute.
We should put it inside you.
No.
What? The hell kind of question was that?
Oh, no.
Viewer mail, what?
But that's just, it's going to be everywhere. It's
the baby
people are going to
Yoda.
be bootlegging that. They're going to be making
the
all
Mandalorian,
kinds of
yeah.
shit. You know, that'll be the first Funko they release from that show. Will be the baby
Oh,
Yoda.
yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. Why would you not release your fucking Mandalorian? That would be your first character. Your main character, your title character has to be your first piece of merchandise. It has to be. I've never known anything in the existence of ever anything not.
So there's an episode out right now that I want to watch.
Are you missing it?
No, I'm not.
Are you missing it for this?
No, I can just watch it when I go home, but I'm like thinking about it.
What are you thinking about? Where did they leave off? Don't say it! I haven't seen anything!
I'm like thinking about how much I want to watch it.
What's your favorite thing about it? The gunfights? The action?
The gunfights
The
are
sexual tension of alien natures?
good. Just the badassness of the actual Mandalorian guy, the main character.
Do you think
He's freaking badass.
Do you think because we live in a PC culture there'll be a Womandalorian next year?
There is a Womandalorian.
Do they call her the Womandalorian?
No.
Because this shit's fucking retarded if they do. I'm out.
She's like the leader of the guild.
What is this? The Assassin's Creed now?
No, maybe.
Was there a guild in that?
Kinda. Like the Templar head people. It's really good.
Not Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, the movie was bad.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars is good though.
So you said the whole woman thing. Did you see Elizabeth Banks bitching about, Charlie's Angels not doing well and saying it's because of superhero movies and
I did see that.
you know.
It's just no, because that movie, nobody ever asked for it.
Yeah.
You didn't have any high-profile actresses in it. I understand you got Kristen Stewart, but nobody gives a fuck about her other than nobody's.
No one here went and saw it but
No.
me.
You didn't go and see that. You would have. He would.
I wanted to.
And a lot of
Because of Naomi Scott.
Yeah.
The black chick is hot, but again, if
They're
you're
hot.
not wanting to sell a movie off of sex appeal, then I'm not going to see it. That movie just did not look interesting.
yeah.
When you are
Kristen
forcing...
Stewart is a bad actress.
She's just... she's just not good. She's not good.
She's not.
And a lot of people were saying, well, the reboot of the TV show bombed, so why would you think that
Yeah, it
rebooting
did.
the movies would do any better?
Because it's
No.
Elizabeth Banks and she's the best.
But blaming it on superhero movies and
It's
all
just
that
an
stuff
easy
is-
cop-out.
Yeah, it
Because,
really is.
right, it's in the same breath as like Martin Scorsese and the other director shit on the Marvel movies. It's just, she can throw that out there and now have that stick to actual credibility of somebody else saying the same thing.
James Cameron did it for a while, and then he tweeted, good job, guys. I think it was for.
I don't want to talk about James Cameron because I feel like I will go into a horrible rant about the new Terminator, and I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, don't.
I really don't. I mean, I don't care.
You've never seen them, so the meaning behind the meaning to it will bother you.
Well, oh yeah,
it'll bother you.
Okay.
To you, there's no meaning to it, so it wouldn't have any purpose. But as somebody that has seen them all, that actually been like, oh, okay, it's just when they said Genesis was like, oh, it was so bad, it was this, and that. I like Genesis because they actually continued the story and didn't try to retcon shit. Where this new Terminator is supposed to be Terminator 2. Or no, well, it's supposed to be Terminator 3, essentially. It takes place after Terminator 2. And the first 10 minutes of it is just... I want to see it just so I can be like, wow, they really did that. They really did it. But I don't want to see it as, like, a fan. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you... And James Cameron, you were involved in that, and that's your creation. Like, why would you do that to your own franchise? And I don't even know. Just for a women empowerment of this movie.
Yeah.
Because without giving any spoilers away, like, you can tell in the trailer that the new female chick is a new Terminator. They're trying to retcon Terminator 3, 4, and 5, say those never happened. But in those, in number Salvation, whatever number that one was, 4... the guy was part man, part machine, and it was like a big, that's the twist, oh my gosh, and it was badass. It was sweet. In this movie, they're trying to say that those events never happened, but this chick is essentially that same character. So you took the male and just made it female.
Yep.
You do something with John Connor in this, and now there's a female, basically, version of John Connor in this. Why?
It's diluting it.
It's just so James Cameron, because he was one of the biggest advocates of Wonder Woman, or not advocates, but biggest shit on Wonder Woman, saying there were strong leading females before Wonder Woman ever came out. Talking about Linda Hamilton and shit like that. Just so this movie could appease more to that strong female demographic.
Yep.
And
the one thing I don't understand, I was thinking about it, is they were complaining that it didn't do well in the box office. Well, did you have to spend millions of dollars to promote this movie?
Which one is that? The
Terminator.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, really, you put it out. You put a few previews out there. That Schwarzenegger is out,
and Linda Hamilton's returning.
You don't need to do all the promotion that they did on that movie. The millions of dollars that they spent on it.
Because
they really need to look at that kind of stuff and realize that over promoting some of these movies is just not good for them.
But I think, personally, I think a lot of it is they are coasting on the name of who's attached to it. It's James Cameron. Everybody loves him, so he's returning to the franchise he created with the people that created it with him. It's got to be great. And then literally they do one fucking thing in it, and it just
takes the steam out of it.
I want to say it so bad. I hate it. It's just, I don't even know.
Well, it'll be on DVD pretty quick anyways with how bad it did, so.
Just, dumb.
Have you seen anything else lately? Anything in the theaters?
No, I haven't been to theaters since...
I went and saw Midway while I was on vacation.
You did say that.
I thought that was pretty good.
What?
Midway?
World War II?
Yeah, the Battle of Midway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
I didn't go to theaters, but I saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah, you were telling me about that, yeah.
That was a pretty good, freaky movie. Have you seen that, Mark, or no?
No, I want to. Though.
Pretty creepy. Gosh golly. Not that I can think of anything new, super new. I saw a thing that Michael B. Jordan will be the new Superman.
Really?
I don't know how true it is, but I saw it yesterday. I was like, count me out. I haven't really liked any movies he's been in other than Black Panther, but that's not because of him.
And he was in a supporting role in that. So.
Yeah.
I liked Creed, but that was just because of Stallone.
It's a Rocky continuation, right? trying to think of other.
Yeah, other than Midway, I haven't really gone and seen much lately either.
I won't probably go see anything till Star Wars.
Yeah.
And if we do go see Sonic, I'll go see Sonic with you.
Okay.
Because the second trailer made it look way better. Way better.
It's almost like they put new stuff in the.
I don't
like
even
a new trailer.
It's not. I don't even know because even like seeing Jim Carrey in the first trailer, I was like, no.
Yeah,
don't
no,
care.
he was bad.
And then just seeing Sonic looking awesome and hearing the music, I was like, oh my god, I'm sold. So everything could have been the same as in the first trailer. It just, my emotions were so different because I was visually happy with what I was seeing.
And they're guaranteeing people are going to go see it because they changed it because people wanted it changed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I hope it makes money because of that.
People are tweeting like, come on guys, let's go see this so we support them.
I want to see it. I mean, I was a Sega kid, so I definitely want to see it.
I did not want to see it because of the first trailer though, I'll be honest. I just was like,
that was bad.
We've talked about it. I was never huge into Sonic. I've played it, but I'm not huge.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this movie's not getting me excited.
And I love Sonic. Like,
and then the second trailer, I'm like, oh, well, I'll go catch a goddamn ring with this little fucking thing. I'll do that.
I love it. Go see it.
Have you seen any movies? Anything new?
No.
No?
Oh, I saw Moonraker. James Bond Moonraker.
Oh, I was gonna say, why does that sound familiar?
That was an oldie, but
was it a Thanksgiving
movie? It was so
movie?
cheesy. Nope, it was just because I haven't seen it before and I bought it.
Okay.
It was Jaws was in it.
The shark? What the fuck is he doing in a James Bond movie?
There's one of the cheesiest parts is Jaws, like, you know who he is, right? He's the guy that bites
with the
on
metal
the
teeth.
table.
Yeah.
So they destroy this building and you think Jaws is dead, right? And you see him like pushing the rubble out of the way and he gets up and he like looks around, there's this little like girl looking up at him, like cute girl, and he looks at her and he's like, and they like totally, they're a couple now. That movie was weird. Yeah, he totally fell in love with this random girl.
It happens.
And,
you know,
he
you
turns
come
good.
up out of a pile of rocks, there's a little girl right there. The first thing you want to do is fall in love with her.
And he turns good, and he ends up helping James Bond, like, in the final
Spoiler
moments.
alert, it's 40
Right,
years later.
50 years later, right. However old this fucking movie is.
Yeah, watching some of those old ones, you look at them and like, fuck, this is cheesy as hell.
But man, the villains were so great.
Oh yeah, the villains were great.
They made the Austin Powers movies so easy to make a parody of,
Yep.
which were brilliant. I love them.
Yep. Roger Moore.
Was that him?
Yeah.
What was the one guy that only did the one James Bond?
Oh, man.
You know who it is.
Yeah.
Don't Google it because it'll come to you. You know who it
It'll
is.
come to
I like the Pierce Brosnan
Laundry?
ones.
Is that his last name? Laundry?
Landry, maybe? I don't know.
Peter Lansbury was one, right?
Yep, maybe.
I know he was a James
They
Bond.
made a Hulu special about one of the guys.
Robert
He did,
Loggia.
like, one.
I was James Bond. I'm B. Arthur now.
L is in Robert Loggia.
R as in Robert Loggia.
Oh my god, it's Robert Loggia.
You know, doing that voice, it kind of made me think of the SNL skit of Sweaty Balls.
Yeah.
I was at FYE the other day, and they have an SNL section, and it is a box of rum-flavored Sweaty Balls.
I always listen to that. I have the audio of that, and I always listen to that around Christmas.
I love it. It's funny, but I get sick of it quick because Molly Shannon and the other chick really drive me nuts in that. They just...
They're too over the top in it.
Yes.
They're not playing it straight like they should be.
Right, exactly. And
They just keep setting him up for...
to say sweaty balls and stuff like that, yeah.
And
it's
if
funny,
they
but
did it more subtle, it'd be different. But they're just so
Right
over
there.
Yeah.
I do love my SNL. I was trying to see what DVDs I could find, but all the ones they had I already have. Except they had, I think it was like 60. Whenever it started, the first episode to like 77, like the first season or first couple of seasons. I was like, well, that's cool, but that's a lot of money, and fuck you, FYE. I'm not gonna pay for that. It was like $70.
Yeah, their prices are fucking outrageous.
They have a Ric Flair, the fake Ric Flair robes.
Yep.
Originally $77. what am I getting with that?
Yeah.
Is he gonna come out of the box and woo in my face?
You get the right one.
Because at that point, I could take my bathrobe, my daughter's like bedazzler, and make a Ric Flair robe.
She could probably do it and make it look better.
I'm gonna make her a little Ric Flair robe. That would be so cute.
That would be funny as hell.
I have a white, like it's a white little robe gown, and it's like got glitter on it, like it's embedded into the shit. I would love to take like a bedazzler and make like a Ric Flair style robe out of it. She would look funny as hell.
And she's your kid, so I'm sure she would get right into it and start doing.
Oh, she probably would. But I was sitting here doing. I don't know who the hell's voice I was doing. Somebody like interviewing a wrestler, just over the top, like, and here we are with the champion of the world. He just beat the number one contender. What do you have to say? And I stick like the microphone in front of her, like for her to say something, and she'll just stop it. Stop it. Well, those are some strong words from the champion. Do you have anything else to say before we get out of here? I don't want to play with you anymore, Daddy. Ooh, we got a fighter. Like,
that's more interesting than Roman Reigns. So,
I'll constantly do that stuff to her, and she'll hate it. That's what I do.
I can picture you doing that.
Oh, I do it. Fucking hysterical. We weren't watching Goodfellas, but I was in the mood to want to watch Goodfellas, so I started talking to her like a hitman one day, and she literally said, "I don't want to be your friend anymore."
Whoa.
She unfriended you live
In
in
life.
person.
Because I'm like, hey, yo, you want to go take care of this guy? We'll knock his knees in, and we'll take his lunch money. I don't want to be your friend anymore, Daddy. Oh, hey, oh, you know the guys at Personal. What's going on? Well, I don't know. I do a lot of drugs. They keep the wheels going, the hamsters going, you know. How long have we been doing this? It's only 40 minutes. Feels like we've been at it for a little while.
Yeah.
But
We haven't really had.
there's not really a topic. No, it was just...
And we're not really getting close to Star Wars and stuff like that, so it's
And
not
there's
really,
nothing going on.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Nothing really
It's
going
not
on.
like
in
we've
the
gone
world.
to a con or anything, or you know.
Well,
so.
actually, we can talk about. We went to. I mean, it's wrestling related, but it'll give us filler. We went to Colony Center a couple weekends ago for Heroes Hideouts, WrestleFest 1.
Yeah, that was actually really cool.
We met Santino Marella,
Vladimir
Kozlov, the Road Dog,
ODB, who was really nice.
She was very nice.
We talked to her for like five minutes or so.
We talked to her for a good few minutes. Yeah.
Hillbilly
Jim was there. Who else was there?
Talking about the holidays, and I had no fucking
I had
clue
no
what
idea
he
what
was
he was
talking
talking about either.
He was like, "Yeah, people will be going back to work after the first of the year." We're like, "That's 2 months away. What the fuck are you talking about?"
Things are gonna be crazy after the first week of January. They always are up until like the 7th. What are you talking about? Enzo was there. How you doing?
He had the biggest line.
He did. He did have a pretty big line.
It's crazy. You just come off not even just come off of TV, and you've still got the biggest
Yeah,
line.
seriously, it's been like a year.
Yeah. I would have thought Road Dogg, but...
Well, people did say they flocked to him at first before we got there. You went and met Gail Kim.
Gail Kim was real nice. She didn't have a line at all. Everybody was there for Cody Rhodes.
Oh, were they at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh.
But Heroes Hideout didn't bring her in. She was doing a show later that day, so the promoter just put a table up and so it wasn't even to do with Heroes Hideout. They promoted it, but it wasn't to do with them. But the line for Cody was ridiculous.
It was really long.
And everybody had AEW stuff on. So
oh my god,
that shit's catching fire.
I would have had a piece of diamond plate. Like, we signed this with your fucking forehead. What were you thinking? Did you see that?
That was great.
Mark. Holy Christ.
It looked like a Jackass skit. Like just like Johnny Knoxville going head first into something. It was crazy.
He has no idea what you're talking about. You gotta give him set up. There's a ring. It's a wrestling ring. There's 2 guys in it.
They had a ramp that was level with the top.
Went to the ring, and Chris Jericho is standing on the outside of the ring, and Cody Rhodes is on the inside. So he's running off the ropes, and he's gonna jump out over the top rope and do like a suicide dive and like, tackle him, clothesline him, headbutt him, whatever he was gonna do. But you can tell it was supposed to be this way, but just Cody Rhodes had way too much momentum. Jumped over the ropes, head first, arms out and shit. Jericho moved out of the way like he was probably supposed to, and Cody Rhodes went straight down like a javelin.
Face planted
hit his
right on
fucking
the ramp.
face
Metal
right
ramp.
on the ramp.
His legs like bowed over his head, like he was
kind of.
Yeah.
You couldn't see the impact at first, because the way the camera was, Jericho was in the way, but you knew it was like, oh, he hit hard. But when he moved, you could see the blood instantly run down his head. I was like, oh shit, let's see that again in reverse.
And they kept playing it.
He had like a fucking 3-inch gash over his eyebrow, and it was just bleeding profusely.
Man.
And you know it's one of those matches they couldn't just stop because it was such a built-on storyline. It was for the World Championship. They obviously had an ending they had to get to.
But they did check him to make sure he didn't have a concussion, though.
Yeah,
they did check. They were checking his eyes.
So were they like, oh, are you looking to this light, and then
they kind of have their quick things they can do right then.
They do have a doctor ringside to check that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
that poor dude.
God. It was so fucking funny. I mean, it wasn't, but it was, because, botches are just funny, because it's like, well, that shouldn't have happened, but it did, and it just looked ridiculous. And, I mean, when they finally showed the angle, he is just, like, ow, even if that wasn't diamond plate, and it was just hardwood with, a 2-inch thick rug.
With the momentum.
You are still going to eat that and fucking hurt your face. That guy can't seem to catch a break. In any high-profile match, he always gets busted open one way or another. He's the new Ric Flair.
Yeah.
This guy bleeds. Ric Flair used to literally, in a promo, he would just start yelling profusely, and his veins would just pop, essentially. He'd bite his tongue or the inside of his cheek in the heat of the moment.
It's because his teeth were fighting with each other.
Yes, he just would start bleeding. It's like, what is he bleeding from?
Yep.
And if he didn't start bleeding, he would start punching himself in the head to where he would bleed.
Yep.
Terry
Funk would do the same thing.
Oh my god, I love that shit. I love that. Dude, and then the Rock and Roll Express. Right?
Yeah,
it was Rock and Roll.
Did the suicide dive.
Holy shit, that was awesome.
They're going to be at a show in, I want to say January. They're going to be at the mall. It's a free show.
For Colony Center?
Yep.
That would be cool. I'd like to
show
see that.
at the mall.
A wrestling show?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
They're bringing Hornswoggle and the Rock and Roll Express in for it.
I would like to meet the Rock and Roll Express. Just one. They never come this way for anything.
They sold tickets for the first 2 rows, but the rest of it's general admission, just standing in the mall. So I thought
that's still cool. That is really cool.
I was thinking about asking them if we could set up a table, because if it's just in the mall, and just put put flyers out and have a table with our banner and just let people know about it, and we can watch the show like we.
That would be cool.
We do,
I would like to see that. When is it?
I think it's in January, but I'll have to check.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
What were they we were even talking about to get on that? To the wrestling topic.
I don't even remember. We talked about going to there was no con.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. And then we just got into AEW because it's so damn good. It really is good. Yeah. It really, really is. Some of the stuff I skip over, like some of the women's shit. I don't care for the Rio.
Rio, yeah.
When I see her, I just don't see somebody that seems real. It's like this isn't believable. You're too tiny. I don't give a shit about Marco's stunt.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got some kind of brain damage or something, and they're just doing this as a sign, like a fucking tax write-off.
But I think a lot of it, the good thing is they're not using him as a lot. They're not using Orange Cassidy a lot, which is a damn good thing, because that guy's fucking horrible.
I just don't get that. I don't get that gimmick.
Having your hands in your pockets and doing weak kicks to the shins.
Where did it even come from? I don't get the concept of it, of oh, that's from this movie? You remember the character from the movie? He's kind of being that. It's I just don't get it.
How do you do a whole match with that? I've never watched a match with him.
I've never seen him get over in a match at all. He'll do a couple of cool moves, or the dives while his hands are in the pocket, but other than that, it's let me gently kick you in the shins, and then he gets super kicked or something, and then he's out the rest of the match. It's what's the novelty? I don't get it. Somebody help! Help me! What is an Orange Cassidy?
That's like the Joey Ryan with the dick flip thing, I don't get how that got over either.
Nah, we talked enough about that. I don't talk about that anymore.
We'll explain it to you later.
I'm not explaining it. Google it. If you want to know what it is, Google it.
I don't know if I would dare
Google kick.
It's stupid, and it's over, and I don't understand how it's over. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's not very good.
And he gets booked. Thank God it's not with a national promotion, but...
This is our first episode of December. I don't know, made me think of that.
We going to stay Christmas through the whole thing?
Probably for the most part. I would like to get another ugly Christmas sweater. I've had this one a while. It's really dirty. I've had it for years. They had a Rick and Morty one at FYE. I was like, oh man, a fucking Rick and Morty Christmas sweater.
So, have you watched any of the new season?
No, I'm gonna wait till it's all either on DVD or when it's all done.
I've watched the first few episodes. I think it's all right.
Have you put it on a flash drive for me or something?
I don't. No, I haven't seen all of it. Not a huge fan.
It doesn't have the same vibe as the other seasons, as far as I'm concerned.
Really?
I still like it. It just, I don't know.
You've only watched it a little bit.
They canceled Mr. Pickles.
Because that show was fucking dumb.
That show's funny.
That show was dumb. A demonic dog that...
I love it. I love the sheriff. He's got rollerblades.
What happened to the grandma?
I don't know. I haven't seen there's the 3 episodes
Well,
and they canceled it.
But what happened to the grandma?
There's a grandpa.
What's the grandpa's situation? Explain a little bit of Mr. Pickles. What's the show all about?
It's about a dog that loves pickles and is demonic.
What does he do with the grandpa? Like what?
The grandpa is the only one that knows he is bad, like, and demonic.
So
he's been in his doghouse.
What kind of things does the grandpa see the dog do?
Oh, just awful things.
What kind of things?
Like, he'll the dog will rape somebody or kill them.
That sounds interesting. Yeah,
that's what I was trying to get to. That's the meat of it.
It's freaking hysterical. I love it. And the boy always ends up in trouble, and the dog has to save him, at the end. Yeah, because the boy's really dumb, and he has,
It's a demonic lassie.
Yeah.
You know who would watch a show like that?
It's funny.
Yeah, he would. And he would think it's fucking hilarious, and he'd send me pictures from it, screenshots.
The last season wasn't great. The first 2 are really good.
He was playing this Spider-Man game, and he was sending me just screenshots of him doing selfies as Spider-Man. And I'm like, he sent me 13 all at once. Like, he selected 13. I was like, dude, I just sent this. I said, dude, I get it. You're playing Spider-Man. And I stopped messaging him after that.
Oh, man.
Nick, I'm sure you're listening. There's a reason you don't have my number. That's shit like that.
Well, he sends it to me over Facebook Messenger, and that wouldn't work for you anyway.
Oh, Jesus, I'm so glad I don't have Messenger. Count my holy stars. Are we pretty much done with our general topics?
Yeah, I don't...
Pretty much. All right. Well, today's episode was going to be kind of like a pet peeve, annoyance thing.
Grinding his gears.
Grinding gears. I was in a rascal-style mood the other day, and I still am.
Which you get into.
I do get into. But there was one big fucking thing that's been eating me at me for a while. And I was talking to a friend of the podcast last night. He was over here last night. I won't say his name because he's a bitch. Buck. Bitch. Barber. Or Barker. Or Bucker. Whatever the hell his name is.
I'm glad we're
I'll fucking powerbomb your pussy ass through my table, you little shit. So, I love you, buddy. We were talking a little bit about this last night. And I'm not going to drop any names. I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but I am going to vent. And it's pretty much easy to figure out who I'll be talking to once I say one fucking thing. When I went to Boston, I went there with a group of friends. Had a decent time, didn't have a great time. I expressed that a little bit to you guys of, it wasn't the best of times. One thing that really pissed me off, and it set the whole fucking thing right downhill, was you guys know I was pretty much posted up because of the back injury, but I still went to Boston because I put a lot of money into it, and I was on painkillers. I did everything I could just so I could enjoy myself.
Yeah, you were looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. I woke up one morning, I didn't wake up, I was in the shower. I got out of the shower and I heard one of my friends talking to a mutual person, and I could hear him because they were on FaceTime or whatever, right? Where you could, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And saying things like, John was only pretending to be hurt or shit like that so he could get pain medications and this, and that because he abuses them and this, and that. And it set me right off. Because it's like, wow, for one, I've never been that guy. I'm not that guy. 2, I thought I was here to have a good time with people I'm close to, not be belittled, I guess, behind my back. And it really pissed me off. It really put me in a bad spot, ruined the whole rest of the weekend. I was in a sour mood, very irritated and just pissy, which in my head I had every right to be, because it was like, just how dare you come and, not even come at me. Like, you didn't come at me. It would have been one thing, but it didn't happen like that. So at one point, it all started getting escalated. I said some things that I do not regret. I would say them again to your face if you're even ever listening, or you're going to see this, or you even hear about it from anybody else. I would say the same fucking thing right to your face that I said to you that day. I still stand by it. But one of the things that's bothered me the most is that the person that it didn't even involve has not once in 3 months answered any of my text messages, and it's bothered me quite a bit because it didn't even involve this individual, but I know how they are is, well, it's guilty by association. Just because I pissed off person A doesn't mean it should affect person B and C. If we're all friends, if we all have an understanding of where we're coming from, then that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be pick sides, this or this. It bothers me only because we've always called each other family, but it doesn't bother me because I've always considered people that, not always, but I've considered most of my real family, the like family, blood family, to be backstabbing pieces of shit. So I can lump you now in that group of family, because that's what you are to me, is a piece of shit. You can't reply to a text message when I've come right out and said, did I do something specific? Did I say something specific? Have I done anything that might have offended you? And you can't even pick up the phone and call, text, just even say, fuck off. Just, I don't even want to talk. To not even get a...
I would rather have that, at least, something.
Exactly.
Yep.
It shows the mentality, and I really don't give a fuck who I piss off in life. I've never have. But it shows what kind of man you are not. And I'll say that again. You are not a man. You need to stop letting your wife provide for you. You need to get a goddamn job, because your fucking kid will see that someday. And get the fuck over yourself. And at this point, I really don't care if the message gets back, because you can shoot the messenger.
And now I know who you're talking about.
So. Oh, it's pretty evident. I've gone out of my way for this person a lot over the years, a lot, to get, and I don't expect things from people. I don't expect, oh, I did this for you, so you'll do this for me. There's always that mindset of like, all right, Dave, I did you a favor, and I know the way you are. Someday down the road, if I needed a favor, you would help me out. It's an unspoken thing amongst friends.
Yep.
It's unspoken. Not saying that this person never helped me out, but not in the ways you think you did. And I'm kind of over it now, of thinking I needed to cling on to those relationships I had when I was a teenager, because at the time those are what mattered. But now that I'm 30, I realize those people aren't in my life anymore for a reason. And even if they are in my life, they're only there sprinkled. How's it go?
Salt Bay.
Salt Bay? I don't know. I just thought that'd be.
That's like when you leave a job and you thought people were your friends, and then you realize, oh, they didn't give a fuck about me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Not to. I mean, you know.
Nope. This guy right here.
Yeah.
This has been. I mean, not all the jobs I've worked, but all the jobs I've worked, and which is not a whole lot, but out of all the years, which is a lot, you are the one person I consistently talk to outside of who I used to work with.
Yeah, I know.
The only person. Like, I'll talk to like Christy if I see him and stuff, but
right.
I don't go out of, and not that I wouldn't, but it's just we are people on different paths, where you and I are very similar in, we can pretty much drop a dime and do, you know what I mean? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've worked with a lot of people, but my mindset is when I work with people is, I don't fucking give a shit about you at the end of the day. Not saying if you died I wouldn't be upset or something, but you're not going to help me provide for my home. Right. I have to still work if we can get along and do it, then that's awesome. That's what you and I did. And then it was just like, let's just hang outside out after work. But yeah, I just, I don't know. I have a very particular mindset of the word friendship, and I threw the word out, and I didn't throw it at you as like an insult, but I threw the word to you the other day of consideration.
Yeah. And
you said it perfectly, like however you said it, like it's a tall order or something like that, because it is. To expect, I don't want to say it like that, because most people are considerate, but to expect in that one moment the same type of consideration you're putting into it.
Yep.
That's what I have such a hard time with. Not specifically you guys, like Mark, yes, you, in some ways of like, we talked about it the other night at Thanksgiving, like, you dropped a dime of a text message like that. It's like, I don't know if he died. I want to just know you're okay. Like, just message me back so I know you didn't die. What happened to you? And then, but I know it's like, oh, he's just hanging out with his family and shit.
Yeah, just stuff
but it's like,
happens.
and I know it's the whole world as a whole, but it's like, I just want to know you're okay. I just want to know you're not dead, man. And that comes from, in my own head, this, I don't even know, of this whole abandonment kind. Not that I have abandonment issues, but just this whole idea of my mom going to work or something, and then I'm being stuck with my grandparents. It's like, is she ever coming back? Like, I don't want to be here with these horrible people.
Right.
So it's like that mindset when I'm having a conversation and somebody just kind of falls off. It's like, I know I'm okay, but I need closure. Like, that's what it is. I need closure of like, what just happened? Did we just hit a road bump? Did you die? Did I die?
I might have died.
But one of my biggest problems with people in general, and I can't specifically put one person on it, is you guys are actually really good about it. You guys are really right on. Is the whole, let's do something, and then like last minute, oh, this came up. Like, I don't really ever come into that with you guys, and I probably have done it, but shit does happen, and I get that. Another buddy, mutual friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but you know him. He's our mutual friend. Went over to his house a while ago and having dinner, and I told him, I was like, why don't you and so-and-so come over and let me cook you guys a dinner, this, and that. We all had work off, blah, 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 and then, like, the day of, I get a message saying, oh, things happen, we can't come over today. He's like, we'll get a hold of you sometime within the week. It's been, like, 2 months. I haven't heard nothing.
Yep.
That's the stuff that drives me nuts and makes me put up that wall of, all right, well, if we're not friends, because I wouldn't do that to a friend. That's my thing of like, well, friends do that. That's just life. Not to me. I don't accept that. I don't accept just blowing someone off like that.
I could get something coming up, but then not following up on it later.
Exactly. It's just it seems to happen way too often to where it's just let it go. It's like, no, it just seems to happen way too fucking much. So I don't know. I don't know. I just have a hard time with people and shit like that. I guess I'd rather not try to put effort into shit that I know is like, well, it could be worth it, but then it's like, well, if I'm putting all the effort into it, nobody else is it really worth it then? And it's just not. It's just not. Like the whole, going back to the Boston thing, I was trying so hard that weekend to put that in the back of my head without saying anything, without making any kind of comments. And then the individual literally, and I said this to Buck last night, was the guy was looking literally for any little thing to ride my ass about, just to get a reaction. Now I'm used to it, but for whatever fucking reason, after I heard that comment, all these little comments were like, no, I don't want to hear it anymore now. Now I'm just gonna snap. And I didn't snap like went crazy, but I did snap. I was like, I'm not gonna repeat what I said, but just basically get the fuck away from me. You are an annoying little fucking punk. And just, it upsets me still also because now like that journey's over. I know that whole shit's over, and that's bullshit that something like that's gonna stop it from being over. because did I tell you who they were having?
Yeah,
I
said
did.
Something at when Thanksgiving or something.
4 of the main headliners for this year's Boston Comic Con are Billy Boyd. What's the other one's name?
Dominic Monaghan.
Dominic Monaghan, Sean Astin, and fucking Elijah Wood.
Wow.
I'm like, oh man, I didn't get to meet Sean Astin last year, so here was my chance. But that's just minimal, like a material asset kind of
How
thought.
much would it be to meet Elijah? You think?
Oh, I don't know.
200.
No. I guarantee if it's like I don't know. If it's like a bundle pack, it's probably something like that because you're gonna pay.
I just want to be in the middle of all 4, like.
Dude, you would dress as Gandalf, dude. Because then they would be all like little people to you.
Get like a what is it called? A beer mug or something, and like with the prancing pony.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, where are we going?
Like beer stein.
Just drink.
More Boilermakers! I would go as Gimli.
Forget that Sean Astin's really old though.
What does that have to do with anything?
He probably doesn't get shit-faced anymore.
Oh, he does.
I hope so.
He does. Didn't you see 50 First Dates?
Yep.
Come on, Dad, let's work out. I don't know if that's what he said, but he talked like that.
He had a lift.
And he always worked out all the time. Worked out his glutes.
Hey Janie, I've changed left at high school.
I wear meth shirts and really short shorts. If you ever mess with my sister again, I'll beat you over the head with a coconut. I don't know if that's how he talked, but in my head it sounds right. It sounds right. But
I love that.
I don't know. That's kind of the end of my rant.
So you feel better now that you got that out?
No, because I'm a violent person, and I like to express with hits.
Oh gosh. Dasher, Dancer.
Prancer, Lancer.
Blister.
Fister.
Fister. Oh,
Don't
man.
fister. Don't fister the blister. I don't know. That's pretty much it. I wanted to get that off my chest in some capacity. And I stand by with what I say. I don't give a fuck if someone gets offended because I don't give a shit.
Yep.
No fucks left to give.
Nope. Fuck women, fuck Asians, fuck dark-skinned people, fuck light-skinned people, fuck them all.
Whoa.
You can say that. You can say that. As long as everybody's in the demographic, how is that racist? It's not. Absolutely is not racist. I don't give a shit.
Amazing racist.
If Dave Chappelle can go up on stage and talk about child molestation, rape, racism, transphobia, and it get laughs,
That's the thing.
then why can't somebody else say that in the capacity of the same idea? Like Jim Cornette, right?
Yo.
I totally get where Jim Cornette's coming from. Like, he should know better than to know he can't say it like that live on TV. Or, I don't know if it was live.
I think it's on YouTube, yeah.
But then again, if you know Jim Cornette, you should know that, well, that's just, he just says those things. Like, whether he's racist or not, I don't know. I really
and nobody's
don't know.
ever called him out on it before, so why would he think that,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you have ridiculousness with racism of ACH.
Yeah.
Was that his name, right?
Yeah.
What was his name in WWE? Miles?
Jordan Miles.
Jordan Miles. Now, I see where his argument is, but his overreaction is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's where
over
racism...
a t-shirt and... Yeah.
That's where racism right there gets played up like it's the worst thing in the world is because of people that act like that over it. I am black and I am offended to the farthest fucking degree. Over a t-shirt, Mark, all it was, and I get where he's coming from. It's a black t-shirt. Now his gimmick is he comes out smiling. Like his big smiler. So it's a black shirt, and in red letters it looks like lips, right? The red looks
huge
like lips. And then the teeth say his name.
Said Jordan
Miles.
Oh.
So it looked like blackface. Like it looked like a black
The shirt was actual
pitch
black
black
face.
shirt, and the mouth looked like his name.
With their eyes?
No.
No, but if you looked at it, it would look like
It just
black
looked
face.
like a fucking goofy smile on, and because blackface is originally like pitch tar black,
Yeah.
cartoony,
And they were saying, well, we go to them and we get approval. But if you say, yeah, that looks good, and then you think about it later on, you're like, yeah, well, I'm getting my first T-shirt, you know.
Right.
But then you think about it, and you're like, wait, this design is
for sale. Could you buy
They were
them?
their... I don't know if they put them out to buy or if they were their, like, preview ones.
Yeah.
But they were going to be...
Yeah.
If it got processed or whatever the dealio
He went
was.
on Twitter, and he just went off.
Now, again, I get it.
Oh, yeah, I do, too.
But... Is that really the biggest thing you're going to bitch about? It's a black T-shirt with a smile on it. Mr. Popo.
Yeah.
Is straight up blackface. It's a Dragon Ball Z character, and legit, this character. Now, not because he's black, but it's just the way they dress. He wears like a little purple vest, like these Sabu style pants, like Arabian looking pants, and like a turban, and then his skin color is straight pitch black with big red fucking balloon style lips.
Yeah.
Big white eyes with like cartoony eyes and this big white smile. But even as a little kid, I never thought like, oh, blackface, like that's racist character. I feel like your mind has to be there.
Yep.
If you're thinking of like racist thoughts like that, then clearly you have some sort of...
Oh, shit, yeah. That's true. Yeah. Yep.
Now, the dude's shirt looked like that in the face minus the eyes and the nose. It was just the mouth.
Okay.
But, you know, yeah, if you look at it a second time after approving it and you're like, wait a minute, you know.
And now that's on you, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing with the Jim Cornette thing. That's a pre-taped show that was
That's
edited.
why I wasn't sure if it was live. That's why I said...
Yeah.
So you knew that was on there before you put it out there.
The outrage shouldn't have been as much on him as it should have been on them for letting it get out there.
And in that capacity, it shouldn't have been in the public.
And if you listen to him anyways on his podcast or anything that he's ever done, he makes those kind of comments like Southern, just, you know,
exactly
metaphors, you
yes.
know. But I get it was racist, you know, saying he's the kind of guy who could strap a bucket of chicken on his back and run through Ethiopia.
Which
you're
being racist to the Ethiopian.
Wow.
But are you though? You are. If he didn't say fried chicken, then it wouldn't have been a racist term because then it would have just been a starving.
Yeah.
Like a joke.
Right.
If you would have said he's the only guy I know that can throw a bucket of burgers on his back and run through Ethiopia, then it wouldn't have garnered it.
Because you said fried chicken and you were referencing a white guy at the same time.
A southern white guy
Yep.
going through a black country neighborhood.
Yeah.
But it's just...
It never should have gotten to air. It never...
But our mindset is still... Why do we correlate that as racism? Because that's all we know. Why, in this day and age, if we're trying to eliminate racism, why can't he say fried chicken and black people in the same sentence without you, not you, but without somebody automatically assuming, oh, that's like a racist comment? It's like, no. Like, I love mayonnaise, but because of Undercover Brother 2, I now know that's an inside black joke. Do I get offended if someone said there's the white boy eating a mayonnaise sandwich? No, because it's probably fucking true.
And you know what? Black people have white people jokes. Asian people have white people jokes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's why I say fuck them all. Because people are the punchline. You just have to get over the fact that life is a joke. Like, just get the fuck over it. Everything is a joke. Maybe not in the moment, but at some point, this to that is going to be funny. And it just, everything has that way of turning into that. Like, I don't give a shit. I'll still say them. Wouldn't say them at the time, but you still hear people make 9/11 jokes, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, every joke you do need to be sort of sensitive to who's in the area, but does that mean you shouldn't say it? No, not in my opinion. You shouldn't be shied away from saying something unless you are deliberately going out to attack someone. If you and I are sitting there and I don't know what the joke would be, but I say something funny and Mark walks in and he finds it offensive. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to walk in here to listen to what we were saying, to be offended by this. You have the choice to now turn around and leave, opposed to being upset.
You know what? Something going to Popeyes and the black guy screaming out chicken sandwich the whole fucking time. We could have looked like assholes being the only white people laughing at that.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
We could have been seen as racist by laughing at that.
When we went to the wrestling thing, we pretty much try to always go to Popeyes. And for whatever, we got to try the chicken sandwich. We do, just so we can see.
Because there was a line around the
Like
entire
50
inside of the
fucking
building.
people, man, for a chicken sandwich. So there's this. I say there's this black guy, but there's a lot of black people in this Popeyes. And there's this one black dude that is just like screaming at the top of his lung in a funny demeanor, not like he's gonna kill someone.
And people were videoing it on their phones.
Right, so it's probably on YouTube.
Yeah.
It probably is. But the guy's like, in all sorts of funny ways, he's like, yo, I want a chicken sandwich. We want chicken sandwiches, nigga. Make a chicken sandwich.
Why even asking people what they want? Chicken sandwich.
Right, like, just go, like, the guy's sitting there cleaning the table, and he's like, what are you doing cleaning the table? You know everybody wants chicken sandwiches. Go make chicken sandwiches.
And he goes, I'm gonna go on break, and he's like, you're gonna get a chicken sandwich on your break, aren't you?
Everybody that's walking out of the store, the dude's like, yo, you got chicken sandwiches in those bags? I know you do. He gets up on the chair. We want chicken sandwiches! Like, Tracy Morgan could have been this guy in a comedy, right?
He was just having fun.
He was. It was annoying.
Oh, man.
It got annoying, yeah.
But it was so ridiculous to me because I don't live that life that I found it so, not so funny, but I found it more funny than I did annoying after a while. Because I was like, this is, like, really happening. There's a black man in... Now, is this racist? Is this racist for me saying it like this? There is a black man inside a fried chicken store screaming for fried chicken. How... Is that racist?
You could look at it that way.
If I went up on a stage right now and I told you guys, oh, I was at Popeyes the other day and this fucking black guy is screaming at the top of his lung, he wants fried chicken. It's funny because it's a joke, but it's funny because it's true. Now, if I said that out of context, that it wasn't a joke, and I said, oh man, I went to Popeyes and there were a bunch of black people just screaming for fried chicken.
It is the way you say it a lot of times. It really is.
But it doesn't negate the fact that what I said is true. There were black people in Popeyes screaming for fried chicken. Because it's true, is it racist now? No, it's true because it's true. It's a fact.
And if you're saying it as the stereotype, then it is. But you're not, you've got to look at context of things.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. I go all day on like a political rant like that because it's so true. Like, you can take anything out of context, but I feel like if you're someone that does that, then you are deliberately looking for an issue. There's something. I know I could have probably used an example for that, but I don't have anything on top of my head.
I wish I was.
The Roseanne thing. Okay, I'll use that. Roseanne. Her calling that lady an Israel monkey or whatever she called the lady. I don't even know what she said, but she referred to her as like a primate. That was... And I'm going off of what I've heard in the news. I don't know Roseanne, so I can't really say, oh, this is what she was thinking. But from what I've heard, her interviews and stuff, her saying that is, I was saying she looked like a monkey because she looks like one. Not because she's black or because of this or that. And it's like, that's so fucking true. I was sitting here last night with Buck saying this about Steven Tyler. He is patient zero for AIDS. Why do I say that? Because he looks like a transvestite monkey. It was a joke, but I think he looks like a monkey. He looks like a weird fucking monkey person.
His mouth is all weird.
He's a lot of drugs.
It's a lot of drugs. I get that, but he looks like a monkey person. But are you thinking of that as like, oh, you think he looks black? No, you're just thinking like you're just picturing a monkey in your head. Monkeys aren't black. Their fucking fur is. So, like, why black people get referred to as monkeys, I don't understand. I don't know. I could go all day on this. How did we even get here? Jeez Louise.
Since we didn't really have a topic coming in.
We did, but we went there. We went.
Monkey at a zoo.
Okay.
An actual animal monkey.
I hope so, at a zoo.
At a zoo.
Unless it's a Wakanda
and
zoo.
He must have pooped before, but he had, like, his hands were like this, and... He all of a sudden so the guy's videoing like the row of people, and there's an old lady, and he pans to the monkey, and then he pans back to the lady, and the lady has poop on her face. So whatever monkey it was, it must have thrown poop, and it totally got the old lady in the face, and she's just kind of like, what the fuck?
That is hysterical.
What do you do? Get a moist towelette?
Oh, you shit your pants and you throw it back. You bet your ass in that moment, I am gonna try everything I can to shit and throw it back. So
he did it first.
It was like an old grandma.
You gotta take that heat off of yourself. Like, people are now looking at you, looking for reaction. Do you freak out and be like, "Oh my god, it shit on me"? No.
Would you laugh? Would you laugh?
No. Instantly, if it hit me in the face, my glasses are coming off like this. I'm doing this. Fucker! And throwing it right back at him. And then I'll probably get doused in shit by a bunch of other monkeys. But whatever.
I mean, that monkey not only threw it accurately, but how do you throw a turd?
Dude, their poops come out like primo coilas. And it's just, it sits right in their hand and then... You know what I'm talking about?
No, what the hell is that?
It's thousands of years of poop throwing evolution.
It's
like a ice cream cone?
Yeah, it's the emoji. It's a primo coila. It's a coila.
I've never heard that before. That's awesome.
It's in the show Wilfred with Elijah Wood.
Awesome.
Because the dog is Australian and he's like, I just laid a primo coila. And it was like a what? A primo coila. He tells Elijah Wood in one moment because the next door neighbor is an asshole, and I don't remember. I think they break into his house, and his like biker boots are sitting there, and Elijah Wood can talk to the dog, so he's like, Ryan, you have to shit in his boots. It's like the only way you're gonna get back at him. You gotta shit in his boots.
And he's like, shut up, Wilfred. I'm not doing that.
He is. He's saying that. And he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not like you. I'm not an animal. And then Wilfred, the dog, slaps him. He's like, then be a fucking man and shit in his boots. It's so funny.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
There's
know
one episode where Wilfred he goes to a hospital and he's like a dog, like a soothing dog to like people that are getting ready to pass away, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you come to find out that Wilfred is actually killing the people. The old people. He's like in the fucking bed, like they show him, like Ryan walks into the room and Wilfred is standing over one of the old people holding the pillow over the person's face. He's like, it's the only way, it's nature. This is how they have to go. It's so fucked up. It was such a fucked up show. And he's got like this big bear he calls Bear, and like every so often you'll just see him humping it. Like in the corner, you'll just see him like flipping it over in like reverse doggy style. And he's like, I'm getting it. I'm fucking bad good. He'll stop, he'll pull out a cigarette, and like Ryan's just looking at him like, what the fuck is going on? I never saw the ending of the show, so I don't know. I think it was all Elijah Wood. It was all in his head. Because in the beginning of the very first episode, he tries killing himself.
Yeah.
And he does, like, tries killing himself like 100 different ways. He takes like a bunch of pills, put them into a blender, and like chugs it. He like sticks his head in like a microwave and shit. Like, so I think the show is him just psychologically fucked up, and he sees this dog as a person, and it's like his
Fight Club, like, you know.
It's his like it's his conscious, the side of him he never could be.
Yeah.
Being projected into a dog. Weird, but primo coila. I don't know.
Love it.
I think that wraps us up.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
For not even really having a topic, it's actually...
What, an hour and 22 minutes?
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
If we offended you, too fucking bad.
If I offended you, I don't really care. I don't care. I mean, I don't go out of my way to offend people, but I do know we live in this...
And it's not like we were setting out... We're having a discussion. It's not like we're setting out to cause something
PC,
or, you know...
The PC era, the pussy children, as I like to call y'all. The pussy children area, the people that are... I like Jiffy peanut butter, but I'm offended that Peter Man is on the other one, so now it's got to be a woman. We live in that kind of world where that'll happen. They did in South Park. Macho Man.
Yep.
Heather. My name's Heather, and I'm here to beat all the women. That's the new thing in South Park
really?
right now, against strong woman. And someone says to the Macho Man, Heather, good luck. I don't need that. Luck is for dudes. Like,
oh man,
Jesus
come on.
Christ. It's South Park, so it's funny, but it's like, it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
They're very good social commentators, that's for sure.
Seriously. Like, my daughter could watch every episode of South Park from the beginning to like, well, maybe not the beginning, because the first few seasons, they really weren't current topics. It was just random shit going on.
Yeah.
But now, like, the last 10 seasons has been, like, current events.
And they're able to do that.
Yeah, it's all parody and shit like that, too. But, like, my daughter could watch all that shit and literally get the same kind of news coverage she would get if she watched Fox or CNN. Because it's all bullshit, and you got to figure out what the truth is in all of it.
Yep.
I mean...
What is, what's the Jenner, the man, but isn't she in it?
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner.
What does she say? Like, hold on to your boots, boys.
Buckle up, buckaroos.
You know what? I was watching. Speaking of him, I was watching Family Guy, and they predicted that.
Yeah.
Because Stewie goes, no, Bruce Jenner's a woman, Brian.
Yeah.
Like, no, he's a beautiful, beautiful woman. That was like 10 years before the sex change.
I guess that was
Oh,
something
wow.
he's kind of been open about. Yeah. I never knew it. I had no idea. But there was another thing in, I don't know, I think it was Family Guy. This was before the Bill Cosby shit came out, which I remember telling you this, coming to work and being like, dude, this was in fucking Family Guy like 15 years before the fucking Cosby shit.
I remember the Cosby one.
It was a cutaway. I don't know what was going on with the Griffins, but it was a cutaway to Bill Cosby, and he goes, "Oh, you could pay a series of women to keep their mouths shut about sexual abuse." Or something like that, and he's like, pudding pop, blah, 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 or whatever, Bill Cosby does. I'm like, wait, what? How is that an open joke 15 years ago, and, like, this just came out, like, 5? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Somebody knew something.
Crazy. I don't even know. Never get Bill Cosby. Crazy fuck.
Did he get house arrest, or did he go?
As far as I know, he was in jail, but from what I've seen a picture of his cell, it looks like a goddamn...
I'm sure he's in
millionaire study.
Custody.
It literally, it's got like a fucking desk in there, bookshelves, rugs.
Yeah, he's
fine.
Money can buy whatever you want.
And he's like 68 or something. Who's gonna mess with an old dude?
I would fuck him up just to be like, I was the guy that beat up Bill Cosby.
I bet you he hasn't seen a minute of general population. He's
not.
been by himself the whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pretty much.
The guy in Goodfellas.
Well, that wraps us up like a condom on a dick, and we're gonna keep it safe and end it right here. Was that okay?
Yeah.
If we offended you again, sorry, not sorry. Hashtag don't give a fuck.
Leave a comment if you're offended.
Leave comments if you're offended.
Just leave a goddamn comment. Like seriously.
Yo, leave a comment. And if you're a chick, show us your boobs. Show me your boobs. I don't give a shit. Tried to get a chick friend to listen to this. So hey, if you're listening, that was a shout out. Woo woo.
Superhuman now. Woo woo. This is for all the juggalos.
I'm down with the clowns. Are you?
I like the clowns.
Okay. We get a little Fago up in this bitch.
Fago.
Yep.
I mean, I do have an ICP tattoo. So
I have an ICP tattoo too on my chest. It's Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent J making out. And I don't really show it to a lot of people because it's twisted. You get it?
I get it. I do get it.
Oh! Thanks for joining us on the Comic Wrestling Podcast. This was the Comic Shop. Ding, ding, ding. That's the door closing. Get the fuck out. I am the Clark Ace Williams. This is
Deadly Dave.
And he has always been
Marcadius.
Join us again when we bring you the wrestling ring, which is going to be recorded in like a couple of days, and then it'll be up like within like next year or so, at this rate. But we will be watching Ready to Rumble with David Arquette and that other guy, Sean Khan,
good guy,
Oliver Platt, Joey Pants, who I mentioned earlier, DDP, Booker T, Goldberg.
John Cena makes a cameo.
He makes a fucking cameo. He's in the background. I hate it.
I don't remember that.
You barely see him.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
One of the greatest movies of all time.
movie,
You can stop in and watch it with
It's a
us.
great movie.
Oh no, you're
Work.
working. But we are going to have a very special guest. What's funny, Dave?
Very special.
His name, and it's going to stick. I don't care what nicknames he comes up with. It's going to be Sir Ridiculous, Mr. Nicholas. That's his name because that's just how ridiculous he is. And
I like it.
I like it too. What do you think? Doesn't matter.
I like it.
Check us out.